evening for Madison Community Television and Daniel Hand High School Tiger football. This is Kent Sprague with Frank Tordoff tonight, Steve Fust behind the camera, bringing you Game 6 of the 1993 season. Tonight's game is at Bunnell of Stratford, an away game. Hand is 5-0, and Frank, we know a little bit about Bunnell's record to this point. Maybe you can fill us in.
Well, Bunnell is running at a 2-3 clip on the year so far, and they've had a lot of close games. They've been in every game except one when they went up to Massachusetts, playing the Foxborough team up there in real football country for Massachusetts. And they did get soundly trounced up there, but here in the local competitions, they did play. Probably the one most interesting to us is Guilford. They lost to Guilford in the last seconds of the game by a point, actually by trying to go for a 2-point conversion. They lost that in the very last seconds of the game. So they played Guilford very tough. We know that Guilford is having an excellent year also. So they should give us pretty good competition.
And their other loss was against St. Joe's, which apparently is also a very good team.
Yes, that's actually
so Bunnell's 2-3 record is not indicative of how strong they might be tonight.
They very much could be in a 4-1 situation.
We will be underway with this game in the next few minutes. The coin toss was at the center of the field. We're about ready to go. Daniel Hand has won the coin toss and will take the ball first, going from south to north. Frank, before we have the kickoff, Hand does have some key injuries tonight. Maybe you could just list some of the kids that will not be in uniform, not playing tonight.
Well, right now, so far, we understand the Frey boys are not going to be in due to the injuries they've had so far, but the new ones will be Tommy Malik and Andy Drennan will both be out by a variety of injuries on them. So we'll be seeing some new people filling positions.
The kickoff is rolled down on the ground to about the 25, and it is returned backwards for 2 or 3 yards by Eric Hamill. So Hand gets the ball first. Game just starting. Andy Drennan was hurt in last week's game. Has a leg injury that apparently is not too serious. It should be back next week, but he is not in uniform tonight. There will be some changes in the line because he plays a key part, both offense and defense.
Yeah, he usually plays that guard position, particularly over here on the left side. Have to see who's taking a position for him.
Hand with the ball first. Lawler in motion, hand off to Ham on the backfield and forward for about a yard, and that's all.
Okay, that was the Hand's usual blast across the across that right position over there for tackle. Went for virtually not, maybe about 2 yards on that, Kent.
They gave him about 2 yards. It didn't look like he fell forward that far, but the ball's about the 23 perhaps at this point. The line markers are not very clear down on that end of the field.
No, we really can't get a good look at those.
Mark Gumkowski at quarterback, Mike Barile at fullback, and Eric Hamill breaks through. And he's about a yard short of a first down, brings it up to the 30.
Yeah, a little counter here to the left-hand side. Came up there, Ryan DORAZ in motion on that. Drew some people away, and Eric was able to get a nice, handsome 5 yards out of that, I'd say.
So 3rd and 1 for Hand at the 30. And into the line in the left guard position, taking Andy Drennen's place is 68, Dan Carroll. And off this time to Barile, who's got the first down.
He has the first down. He came right across that, right across the guard position, came right up there. Nice block by Timmy Hevesy coming off his center position.
So the ball at about the 33, Hand's first possession, early in the game, no score. And the first down of the game at the 33, between the 33 and 34.
Okay.
Gumkowski tossed right to Hamill, who gets his footing and gains only about a yard.
Yeah, he ran right into the entire blue force was over there on that side at that time. Nowhere to go.
We understand that Bunnell, like Hand, has 4 of their better players out of this game by injuries. It's that time of the year. So they're about equal on the number of people who are not in uniform tonight. And 2nd and 9 at the 35.
Oops. Yes, sir.
And somebody
free 5, I think.
encroached the line of scrimmage. I saw a Bunnell man go forward.
There were about 2 of them that moved forward, and sure enough, they're stepping it up right now. I'll tell you, one of the things that came to us earlier was that there's two excellent linemen, which are both co-captains for Bunnell, 71 and 73, and they may be stuffing that left-hand side for them, right-hand side for us to try to stop.
Hamill going off the right side, and he doesn't gain much.
No, as I was saying,
Less than a yard.
Excuse me. As I was saying, they're trying to really load up. They know that we move to the right most of the time, so they are putting their better players on their left side of the defensive line, Ken.
They've done a little scouting to realize that Hannon runs a lot of plays behind right guard, right tackle.
That's right. Also allowing that tight end to do a little blocking for him, too.
Third down and almost 2. And off to Hamill, and Hamill has another first down, across the 40.
Boy, oh boy, he didn't have to go. He couldn't go very fast through that, but he was persistent. The line just kept on pushing off their block, and got him enough for the first down again.
He needed 2 and gained 3, so Hand keeps the ball going.
They get GUINIPERO coming over this way.
Danny GUINIPERO, split wide left, Lawler in the slot left. And a Bunnell man is up across the line of scrimmage early.
Yeah, a little anxious on that. You can see him come firing out of there very early. Timmy was just handling the ball and getting it positioned in his hand, and it was enough to draw the Bunnell man into action.
So Mark Gumkowski quarterbacking, 1st and 5. Split backfield, pitch to the right. That's Barilile on the right sideline, and Barilile.
Depending on where he went out of bounds.
Not sure where he got pushed out of bounds, but he's close to a first down.
It's looking like, they're putting the marker down there, not quite.
Another Tiger first down.
That looks like he should have it if it crosses the 45.
Yeah, I think
They're
so.
They're
also
going to have an official's timeout to measure.
A nice.
They give it to him?
Nice sweep out there by Barilile. He did a nice job going around there.
Oh, okay. I gave it to him. The markers are right there.
Yes, sir.
The sideline markers were right there where the ball went out of bounds, so it was an easy mark, and a first down for Hannon across the 45.
Well,
and
misfire
a number of people move early on that one.
Well, that was a hand misfire on that, I think. And that went on as the hand band is arriving now, a little bit after the opening kickoff here. What do you think? The bus probably got a little twisted around trying to get to this location, Ken.
We'll repeat first down now, but 15 to go for first. It will soon get a little bit louder on the far side of the field with the band here. Pitch this time to Hamill on the right sideline, and he's hitting near the line of scrimmage. Maybe goes forward for a yard.
Nothing too new again about that. That looked like the standard hand blast again, going up after following the tackle through with the tight end kicking out.
They didn't even give him a yard. Right near the line of scrimmage, so 2nd and close to 15.
Yeah, good. Put the old workhorse to bed out here now.
Gumkowski rolling to the near side, looking to throw in and out of the hands of Ryan DORAZ, and that's a shame because he had some green grass ahead of him.
He sure did on that. That's a tough one. That's a tough pass to make when the quarterback's rolling long.
A little bit high as DORAZ was running away from the quarterback.
Have to have Ryan take a step ladder along with him. He can plant it and climb up and grab it and then come down again.
So Hand needs close to 15 to keep this drive going. 3rd down. Gumkowski looking to throw again, and he's being rushed, and he's being dragged down.
Yes, sir.
Dragged down in the backfield. Loss of a yard or so. Bring up 4th and long. Hand will punt.
Yeah, that really was. They really got a push out of that for Bunnell. Brought him down. Hand will be punting. Pushing Bunnell way back.
Dan Glenn in punt formation for Hand on 4th and long. Good snap. A left-footed kick, end over end. It's going to hit and bounce. And it goes down to about the 22.
I noticed in that one too, Kent, that the big number 71, one of the co-captains, was really on a rush trying to come up in there and block that punt. And so they're really taking advantage of their co-captain experience, I'd say. He happens to be a big kid, Runs out there at about 255 pounds, according to the program.
That's pretty good size.
Yeah, you might say.
We're at 7:20 left, first quarter, no score. Bunnell gets the ball for the first time. Bunnell with a wishbone type backfield formation, handoff, run right up the middle, and gains a couple of yards, 2 or 3.
Fullback was tackled on the play.
That was really out there to see just what Hand was going to do. Just one of those early beginning skirmishes.
We'll try to pick up some of the Hand players in the line. At the defensive end positions are Tim Hevesy and Matt Soper.
Okay, Dan Larragee is taking a position for Tommy Mallett, injured Tommy Mallett.
Rob Mason and Mike Salmani are the 2 men in the middle of the line.
Tommy Hopkins playing the end.
Second down, about 8. Quarterback looking to throw a screen across the middle, and it's almost intercepted. In and out of the hands of the receiver, and also in and out of the hands of Tom Hopkins.
That was up for a jump ball is what that was, and Tommy Hopkins has a pretty good basketball experience also, but it was bouncing around like a hot potato in there. Almost.
That was set up as a middle screen, and the Hand defense was right by the receiver, and Hopkins almost had an interception.
Matt Soper had a beautiful rush on from his left-hand defensive end position. He really pressured that quarterback.
Dan Larragee and Mike Anderson are in linebacking position.
Certainly is a
quarterback looking
pass.
to throw across the middle, almost intercepted again. Dan Larragee knocks that one down and almost caught it.
Almost drilled through his chest, too. You could hear that all the way up here.
So the last 2 passes, Hand had a better chance to catch them than Bunnell did.
That's right. The white was better than the blue in that case. Hand should pick the ball back up about where they left it off.
4th and long for Bunnell. Punt formation.
3 and out.
Hamill and Lawler back to receive at about the 45. And it's a low kick, spiral. Going to hit and roll dead. About the 44.
Well, it's about the 44. Like we said, Kent, that's just about where we left off 4 plays ago. So that's a trade of punt positions at that point.
So Hand did make a couple of first downs, moved the ball. Bunnell did not have any first downs on that, did they?
No, absolutely no first downs. Interesting again, Matt Soper had another nice rush, pressuring that kicker to get it off. And the Hand band cranks
second
out.
possession of the game. Gumkowski rolling right. He's going to bring it down and run, and he hurdles 1 man, gains about 3.
Nice option on his part, looking out there to see if the pass was out there. Didn't quite like what he looked and took it in himself.
Mark Gumkowski at quarterback carried the ball. He's up to about the 47, 2nd and 8, or 2nd and about 7. Strong right formation. Gumkowski looking to throw across the middle. And it's intercepted by Bunnell. It's run back and near side of the field. Hand will have coverage over here. There's a flag down. There's a flag down. Matt Soper makes a tackle on the sideline.
There's going to be some blocking from behind.
That was probably an illegal block by Bunnell on the run back.
I saw it coming right at him, and it was, I'm trying to pick up who was actually doing the pressure over on this side, and I kind of missed that. But, yeah, it was. He's blocked from behind as he was pushing out the runner.
The interception, however, will stand. Bunnell will get the ball back, but the penalty will move it back to just across the 35 where they'll start.
Yeah, that's one pass. I know Mark could see what he was shooting at out there, but what he didn't see were the 4 blue shirts around the receiver.
In the defensive safety for Hand are Peter Lawler, Ryan DORAZ, and Eric Hamill. And a man moved. The right tackle for Bunnell raised up early.
Boy, oh boy, so far that's about 4 or 5 penalties that Bunnell's sucking up. It's a hard way to move forward when you're moving backwards.
So 1st and 15 for Bunnell.
And I don't know how the calculus works on that, but maybe you ought to ask Dr. Fust here. comes out someplace in the middle, but not working well for Bunnell.
Bunnell run right up the middle, and he's going to gain a couple, and that's it.
Fullback David Stern on the
Ran
court.
right into Rob Mason as made the initial contact, and a bunch of help from his friends.
Yeah, the initial line surge is all they got out of that. Maybe saved a yard, so now you got about 14 with second down.
Salmani and Mason in the middle of that line. And a wishbone, strong running type formation. Handed off. No, it's kept by the quarterback. Good faking, complete pass.
Out of bounds, brought himself out
Sort
of
of a
bounds.
first down. Ball's up near the 40.
So it's still a hefty gain they're going to need on the third down.
To number 11, Kevin Torko.
That will now bring
Moving
up
fullback
third and
about 5 from the
about
40-yard line.
Boy,
That was a good fake. The quarterback kept it, completed the pass on the right sideline.
the hand line did collapse on it and held the linebackers in.
So if Hand can hold this play short of 5 yards, they should get the ball back.
Yeah, that was a very high percentage pass, it really was.
Bunnell with a strong formation to the left, 2 receivers to the far side of the field. And the quarterback keeps, and now he's going to bring it down. He's tight on the backfield. That's Tim Havansey. He came in from defensive end.
All he did was just see a tunnel underneath there, all those blue shirts, and he went after it. And when he came up, all he could see was the quarterback starting to head the wrong way, picked him up and put him on the ground.
That's a big play because it brings up a 4th down and now almost 7 yards.
Almost 7 is right, yeah.
Punt formation for Bunnell.
Lawler and
Hamill and
Hamill.
Lawler back. A good snap. Soper's going to get a penalty on that, and he was blocked into the kicker.
No way.
That was not a very good call.
On the return, however, there was a flag on the kick.
If that's a penalty, that's a bad
Matt
penalty.
Soper was going in on the kicker and would not have touched him, but he was blocked into the kicker.
Boy, I don't know. That's one piece of tape to send the referee's review board, I think. No kidding. I mean, you can see Soper was coming in clean. The blocker picked him up and absolutely blocked him right into the kicker. And it was only a brush block too. But
I'm not sure how the referee could miss that because it's right out in the open.
he's looking right at it. Well,
Automatic first down for Bunnell. That could be a big play.
maybe that was a give back or something. You know, maybe they felt they shouldn't have thrown one of the other flags or something.
Matt Soper did nothing wrong at all on that play. He was going to totally avoid the kicker until he was blocked into the kicker.
Yeah, when Matt is watching this film on Monday Night Football for Madison Cable, well, Matt, it's okay. We understand.
Regardless, Bunnell gets an automatic first down and keeps the ball across midfield, and it's run over on the right side and nothing there. Mike Anderson comes up from the linebacking position to make the hit.
Yeah, Peter Lawler topped it off.
About a 1 yard gain.
Okay. Well, I just hope that doesn't make Mr. Soper hesitant. I hope he just keeps on.
You hope that doesn't decide the ball game.
You bet, you bet.
On a rather poor call. 2nd and 9. Bunnell running up the middle. And a gain maybe of a yard.
By number 38.
Larrity and Hopkins in on the tackle.
You bet. Nice defense on this left-hand side. Boys are holding their own. Good shape.
3rd and 7. It's at about the 44.
And Bunnell's trying to work off their strong men, the big captains out there. Ooh.
But quarterback keeping and option, and the quarterback keeps, got a first down, good game.
Quarterback Paul Gabriel on a keeper.
Eric Campbell trying to run him down. Stayed on track with him all the way.
Quarterback made a very good decision to keep that ball. He had an alley.
He sure did. Everybody else was covered well. He did do the only thing that was reasonable for him. Really pushing now. It's threatening hard right now.
The ball is at about the 25. First down for Bunnell. And ball is on the ground.
Okay, from it looks like quarterback recovered.
Across it.
Recovered
And gets a ball. Looks like Peter Lawler was the bottom man in that pile.
I'm going to have to name Peter Star Trek or something, because I don't know how he came from his safety position all the way into recover, fumble behind the line of scrimmage.
Was it Lawler that actually got it? He was the last man to get up.
He was the last man to get up. I'm assuming he's the one that got it, because I didn't see anybody else. I don't know how he weaseled his way in there. They had to beam him inside that
and
pile.
with the ball back at about the 26. Hamill running over the right side, gains 2 or 3. And he's right about the 30.
Yeah. Right there, a little bit more breathing room. Right after you call him, I got to think up a name for Peter on that.
I'm genuinely glad, though, Frank, that they did not score on that after that bad
absolutely.
call of,
Just
roughing the kicker.
Little justice on that turnover.
Hand off up the middle, and Larry brings the tackle.
Nice job.
Scrambling forward, first down.
That fooled the entire blue team down there. Those Bulldogs were watching for something else happening, but it was a very quick, neat handoff on the dive to the fullback.
And Larry needed about 6 yards and gained about 7, so first down for Hand.
He slipped through there. Nice job.
And 2 receivers wide left. The first quarter went out. So far, defensive stalemate, 0-0 at the end of 1 period.
Their final MCLAUGHLIN soccer game match of the year. The boys Hopkins defeated Fuller Cathedral 6-3.
Pulling out before the play was made.
We're still discussing that roughing the kicker call. Unfortunately, Bunnell did not score on that call.
I know.
And has the ball back as we begin quarter number 2 with no score.
Whoa.
And Bunnell man jumps the line of scrimmage.
They must have had an
Right
awful lot
tackle is across there early.
a lot of caffeine or something. Awful jumpy in there. That's the third one of those you've had.
Against Bunnell.
And I even think I've seen somebody lining up offside down there too. You know, when the ball was right in front of us here, it looked like it was a blue hand sticking right even with the ball.
1st and 5 now. Hand with 2 receivers split to the left, and Gumkowski keeps the ball, and he's not going to go very far with it.
Now that looked a little bit like a broken play in that one, because he
Might have been.
He tried to hand it off, and the player that he was handing off to didn't look like he wanted it, or didn't look like he expected it.
Second down about 4.
So they credit Gumkowski with about a yard gain on that play. 2nd and 4. Tim Hevesy over the ball at center.
Bob Duggan flanking it out.
Pitch this time to Lawler on the near side of the field, and Lawler goes forward. He should have a first down. Looking right down the line of scrimmage.
Pitch out to who?
Lawler.
Oh, how about Hamill?
Hamill. Excuse me,
Okay.
wrong name.
The other Lawler.
I was looking at Peter Lawler on the play,
Well, I'll
but
tell you.
Hamill carried the ball. You're right.
Carol Lawler Mason wouldn't mind picking up another son. She'd have a house full if she could.
Eric Hamill, number 22, in the tailback position.
Eric has too many yards this year already, and he doesn't mind giving them over
Made
to
a
somebody
first
else.
down on that one. And Hamill gets the ball again.
There you
He's
go.
3 or 4.
Nice move going to the left-hand side.
It's interesting, Frank, that to this point of the season, both Eric Hamill and Mike Barile are averaging between 6 and 6.5 yards per carry
Yeah,
all year long.
And going along with that, Ken, it looks like both men should pass the 1,000-yard mark for the season. I think that'll be the first time ever for Hand.
2nd down and close to 7. Barile is met right at the line of scrimmage. Not much gain there, maybe a yard.
He didn't have much room at all to work that time. As I was saying, Ken, I don't think that Hand has ever had two 1,000-yard rushes before in the history of the program. Usually you have one real workhorse who's good. This year we've got two of them really doing outstanding work.
They're down and a long 5 to go for Hand. And Bunnell is showing that they're fairly tough against the run. Hand has not broken very long runs yet. Pass across the middle, complete pass, first down. That's Duggan.
That's right.
Gumkowski to Bob Duggan, wide open.
Yeah, that's an excellent play, excellent call. Hand does not pass that much, and Duggan was wide open. Got himself to a seam, and just turned around the seam and waited for the ball to come. Great job.
Duggan got the first down, and he's at about the 32, it looks like. This time the handoff is to Eric Hamill on the backfield. Surges forward for a yard or so.
That's going to be about it that time out. You know, when we talk about all the work and the yardage that Hamill and Barille are pulling in, that sort of thing, you really have to give the credit to the line as well, because they're the ones that give them the time, open the holes, give them something they can at least work for.
I see Chad Davis is in on this play at the right tackle, and a run right up the middle. Barille got some yardage, and that's tough yardage there.
Tough yardage. You could see him bucking and snorting his way through it like a bull moose.
He gained about 4 on that run. 3rd and 5.
There again, he had a nice hole right initially opened by the line. Bunnell closed on it real quickly, and at that point, Mike had to make it his own.
3rd and about 5. It's a 26 for Hand. Toss this time to Hamill turning to the right, and gained a little bit, but he's still going to be a couple short of a first.
Yeah, it's going to be 4 and about 3, I'd say, out there, Ken.
Close to 3 yards. 4th down coming up.
Interesting play selection on this one, I would think, because certainly too close to punt, and you're too far out for field goal so far. You really want to try to get another first, if at all possible.
Need almost 3 yards.
I would say it's going to be a little bit of option on Gumkowski.
Nope. No option there. Barille goes forward, and he's close to it.
Close to a Tiger first down.
There we go. I hope Bunnell coaches will listen to me doing this play calling. They'll be all screwed up. What do you think?
We're waiting for a signal here.
We're going to come out for measurement.
They're going to measure.
It's that close.
It's very close, and if they don't make it, Bunnell gets the ball back.
Well, this is a very, very interesting situation right here, Ken. Well, really had to work for those yards, and he deserves them. So
ball to 21, and they're going to have it.
He's got it by a nose. He must have pushed that ball just a hair up there.
Mike Barille, tough yardage up the middle, gets a first down by a foot or so.
He's really a bread and butter guy and knows close to the yardage, Ken.
So this is about Hand's deepest penetration, I believe, isn't it, Frank? We're down to about the 21.
This is it. This is the deepest so far by far. By either team, for that matter.
GUINIPERO split to the left. And Ryan DORAZ motion left. Gumkowski rolling left.
Take it.
Now he's going to bring it down, and he's got some room to run over there. Near a first down.
Very near, very near.
Taken out of bounds by number 80, Dan Kaminsky.
That's going to depend on the spot, too. That's really what he needed to do. He went and he kept everybody honest playing coverage out there, and he had it opening to slide over. Well, they're giving about 1.5 yards short.
They're going to say he's inches short of a first down, so almost 10 yards on that quarterback keeper around the left end.
Well, maybe
that would take them down to about the 12.
Second down and inches for the Tigers.
Ooh.
Second and very short. Tight
Well,
formation for Hand.
That actually is pretty good, Ken. It better be short just an inch or two there, because now if you can go across 4 or 5 and pick up another 4 downs, you know, you're actually looking at maybe 6, 7, 8 to go 10.
And it's going to be handed off to Hamill up the middle, first down and more.
Yeah, first down. More. Now he's going to have 4 downs to go about 5.
First down.
Frank, can you tell me where that ball is? It's near the 5-yard line.
Just about the 5, I'd call it, yeah.
The line markers are not very visible on that side of the field, but he's near the 5. The PA announcer says it's a 6, so we'll take his word for it.
Hey, what the heck. That was a yard among
With a
friends.
first down, and Burrell.
Mike Burrell headed the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, tried to do a dive right up there off the left guard.
Gains about a yard.
3-second goal for the Tigers.
He's right behind Hevesy, and I believe it's been Dan Carroll in at one guard position.
That's right. Yeah, you got that one right, Ken.
And the other guard is Mike Anderson on the left side of the
You may
center.
not have seen it. GUINIPERO came way over in the flank.
Pitch this time to the left side. Hamill cutting in the end zone. He's got it.
Excellent, excellent.
Touchdown and an excellent block on that left corner.
It really is. You know,
Who made that block? Can you tell?
who made that block? I know Salmani was in on that very, very strongly. I'm not sure he cleaned it out, but he sure did put some pressure out there to make him think about it.
I think Mike Salmani was probably the key block on the left corner for Hamill.
Yeah, from
who
his
went in
tackle.
untouched.
Yeah, I think that's really what the key was then.
The first score of the ball game comes at 6:22 left in the second quarter. And leading 6-0. Jim Willis in for the conversion. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 7-0. Jim Willis puts it through.
Oh, that was an excellent series right then, Ken. That actually goes back to recovering the fumble earlier, about almost latter part of the first period. And Hand was able to recover that fumble and then just march it down the field. One good key pass to Dan Larragee. Oh, I'm sorry, Duggan.
Bob Duggan caught it. Okay. Daniel Hand with the first score of the game. Tom Hopkins set to kick off. Bunnell has 3 men dropped deep. Hopkins hits a low line drive. And a roller picked up at about the 15 and run back the middle, and that's a little dangerous, but he is finally brought down about the 35.
Yeah, that Bill McDaniel, he's one of their, the Bunnell's real workhorses out there. He picked that ball up and just kept plowing ahead, plays fullback.
They had a pretty good wedge of blockers formed right up the middle.
They really did. That was the first kickoff. As we know, Hand has had trouble with the kickoff team on coverage. So we had a chance to look at it then, and it was quite effective.
But now, the first down at the 35. We're down to 6 minutes left before half. And it's a misdirection to the right side, and that one's going nowhere.
And that was that kid McDaniel we just talked about. He took it just about the line of scrimmage.
They ran right at Hopkins, who stood his ground, and one of the linebackers was in there too.
And Soper over on that side, Matt. Still chewing on the dirt from when he got bad called out there.
That, I believe, was Larragee that helped finish that play off. No gain.
Larragee's doing a nice job in there, filling in for Tommy Malik.
Second and 10, quarterback looking to throw. Now thrown over on the right side and incomplete.
Boy, that's one of those passes that should have been caught.
He hit the receiver in the hands. That's a bad place for it.
Yeah, and you can really see it. I was watching his hands as he moved them up, and they were stiff. He has to have very nice light fingers when they're coming in like that to grab that catch. And he didn't. He was stiffened up out there. You know, he's kind of stiff and waiting to be hit.
That's what you call stone fingers.
Stone fingers, yeah.
Third down and 10 coming up.
Maybe even marble fingers.
Another potential passing situation here for Bunnell.
Sure is.
Quarterback looking to throw, and his screen is being set up, but there's no receiver there. Incomplete pass.
That screen was perfectly set up all the way around, but it looked like he tried to get in front of the screen with the pass.
Yeah, the receiver, I think, was on the wrong side of the blockers there.
Well, the blockers are supposed to be in front and the receiver behind, and that's where they work at. The pass was in front of the blockers.
4th down and 10 for Bunnell, coming up at ball to 35, drop back, or Hamill and Lawler again. There's a good snap, and this time there's no penalty. That's a short kick. And a fair catch made, running up is Lawler. Made a nice fair catch there to prevent any roll.
I don't know, that's a little hard thumper.
That kick didn't go very far.
No, it didn't. It was almost straight up and down. 10, 15 yards at the best.
Ball at the 47, and Hand gets the ball back with 5 minutes left in the first half.
An excellent field position.
Gumkowski looking to throw. Now he's going to bring it down and run. He's got some yards, and he's got almost 10, it looks like.
That's being quite effective right now. When he threatens to pass that ball, they have to take him seriously and follow the receiver out. When they do that, then it's opening up that short run. So Mark got a nice 8 on that.
They gave him about a 9-yard gain.
Release second about 1 for the Tigers. Inside the Bunnell 45.
Plenty of time to take it down the field. Gumkowski hands off to Hamill, who has the first down to the 40. At the 40.
Nice run, another nice seal off by the Hand left-hand side of the line. Give him another 7, 8 yards, and you'll take those every time out. Matter of fact, I'd have to call that just about on the average. We did get provided some excellent statistics by Ken Conlon of the Shoreline Times. We'd like to thank him for that.
First down for Hand at the 40. Gumkowski looking to throw, and he throws it, incomplete pass. Aimed for GUINIPERO.
Well, Danny had that.
GUINIPERO probably should have caught that one.
Yeah, you're not going to see that very often. Danny, when they're in his area at all, he usually scoops them up, but must have lost the concentration slightly on that one, or he couldn't believe how open he was.
I think he was anticipating getting hit from behind.
I wasn't going to say.
Was right after.
I wasn't going to say.
2nd and 10.
Give Dan the benefit.
Gumkowski looking to throw again, and he's looking long this time. And there's Lawler, and Lawler makes a nice diving catch. Long play.
What an absolutely beautiful pass by Mark. He had plenty of time, too, to set it up and send it.
Good protection for the quarterback, and Mark Gumkowski laid that one out nice and soft ahead of Lawler, and Lawler made a very nice catch on it.
Yeah, it looked kind of interesting, though. What Lawler did was he kind of went down a little slowly as a decoy, and then he took off running as the primary passer, and it was a nice call.
First down at the 11. For Hand, pitch back to Hamill. Hamill gets across the 10, but not much more. They can make a first down here at the 1.
Yeah, they can.
Second down by number 21, Brian Andiano. Gain of 1 with 2nd and 9.
This is a tough one, though. This is really, it's so close to get that first down or a goal, touchdown again. It's almost like having to do it all with 4 downs, and that defense is going to be very, very tough right now.
And has 9 yards to go for a first down, 10 to go for a touchdown. Duggan goes out to the left. And Gumkowski back, and now he's going to run. And Gumkowski's got a corner over there, and Gumkowski all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, and wow. Somebody made an excellent block coming back from the...
Bob Duggan.
Was that Duggan?
Yeah, excellent block coming
Bob Duggan went down, saw Gumkowski was in trouble, came back, and cleanly picked off his man.
Yeah, he had...
Duggan made an excellent play on that. Willis in for the conversion try. Puts it through. 14-0. Daniel Hand leading Bunnell with 2:50 left before halftime.
Now, let's not leave that alone yet, because that was a nice touchdown. And Mark made that, he had a lot of time. The line had gave him some time so that he could look things around. But everything was stopped up where he was trying to go to the right. So when he did take off, he could see he had an angle to get to the end zone. It was a long run. I mean, he only had 10 yards to the end zone, but he actually was running about 40 yards across field. And again, let's give Bob Duggan some real...
Duggan went down as a receiver and then came back and had to be very careful not to make an illegal block.
Yeah.
That was the key part of that run.
He sure did. That's good plaudits for everybody on that one.
And is set to kick off. Back to Bunnell. Tom Hopkins will hit the ball at the 40. And he hits another low line drive.
His patented squib kick.
And a squib kick down to about the 20. And man has got a good return going. Finally tackled by Tim Hevesy.
Well, he came from way behind too. He'd already been bypassed by the plane, by the play, and he came running like a rocket to catch up with that the runner and take him down.
He spot the ball at about the 48, and Bunnell has 2.5 minutes left before the half. Quarterback keeps. He's looking to throw. Going to the left, and he's not going to go very far, I don't think, but he does turn the corner. Finally pushed out. Hevesy.
Taking out of bounds,
Yeah,
I thought they had that one hemmed in, Frank.
I did too. He outran Mason and Salmani on that, but they kept the pressure. He had to come all the way across the field to do that. They pressured him, forcing him back a ways. And he saw his only avenue on that was to outrun him.
About a 9-yard gain.
Yeah, he got 9 yards off it. Looked like he was going to be down.
They think it's close enough to measure. They're going to bring his sticks clear across the field.
Well, what do you think?
I don't have a very good angle on it, Frank.
No, you know, the measures for hand have gone in hand's favor. Now, this is the first time I think they've measured for Bunnell. And what's it look like is...
I don't see any cheering on Bunnell's side. It must be short.
No excitement. No action out of the refs, so they're going to just make sure they measure it accurately on the way back.
They had it right the first time. Just inches short of a first down, however.
Yeah,
The key thing here is the clock is down to 2:16 before halftime.
but they're looking like they're going to do as much passing as they can because they came out on the first down with that one. Looking pass, and it was broken up, so that's where the run came from. They want to get on the board this half if they can, Ken.
Bunnell, wishbone, handed off that first man through, and I saw a big number 76 grab in there. That's Mike Anderson.
You know, you could have spotted Mike Anderson coming in on that from outer space. I think the people on the shuttle could have seen him coming in on that, and I think they could have heard it, too.
He only needed about 6 inches. That gives Bunnell a first down.
That was a hard felt first down, though.
Ball outside the 40. And quarterback option down the right side, and it's going to be run down by Tom Hopkins.
Good going on that Tommy. Tommy watching that thing, and we do know that they do a lot of wing operation from Bunnell, and Tommy stayed at home, watched. His job was to pick up the option, and he had it eyeballed all the way.
That play was run right at Tom Hopkins, and he held his ground and made the tackle less than a yard gain. And Bunnell doesn't seem to be in any major hurry with 1.5 minutes left before the half.
Well, I thought they were going to be myself, but...
Quarterback looking to throw. Across the... Hopkins makes an interception down the sideline, and he'll be pushed out of bounds at about the 44. Tom Hopkins covering the far sideline from his corner position. Ball was thrown right to him.
Right to him. I don't know if they got mixed up color-wise, but he was right there, and he was glad to accept it, wasn't he, huh? Didn't see him turning down the ball.
Ball is going to be spotted where he went out of bounds right at midfield.
He made
So hand with the ball back, Frank, with 1:12 left on the
Sure,
clock.
it gives them a little time, depending on what they want to do. Nice run back by Tommy, too, by the way.
Timeout. Bulldog.
First down play gets started. And with the ball back, first down at midfield. Gumkowski rolling right, looking to throw, and overthrows his man, aiming for Bob Duggan.
He got a little payback for Bob if he could, but he way overthrew him that time. And in matter of fact, it looked like Bunnell expected the pass too, because everybody else was covered. Tried to put a little pressure on Gumkowski to flush him out of any pocket that he was in, and it worked.
1:07 showing on the clock.
Trick will be to try to keep the ball so that they don't get another chance to go in with it anyway.
And as Duggan split wide right and DORAZ in the slot, he's aiming for Duggan. And there's Duggan, complete pass. And a first down about the 35.
Nice catch from Bobby's standpoint.
Duggan receives the ball, and they're going to spell it about the 34.
Yeah, he had the
And takes a timeout with 1 minute left.
1 minute left to go before halftime.
And uses their first timeout of the half with a minute left. First down at the 34.
According to our statistics, Kent, that again, Ken Conlon from the Shoreline Times handed up to us. Bob Duggan only caught one pass prior to this in the prior 5 games. And he's had a couple of nice receptions already this week. Neat to see that side of the game being opened up.
And they've gained enough yardage on them to get first down when he's caught them.
Very, very key timing on him.
And with Duggan wide left, Peter LAWLER slot left, and Tom Hopkins on the right side. He's looking for Hopkins, throwing long.
No catch, but he should have caught it.
And incomplete pass. That one went out of my line of vision.
I know it. I was just able to see it. It looked like Tommy had it right about there, and he just, you know, when you're running down there and your hands are jiggling, your eyes are jiggling, sometimes you just lose it for a minute. And that looked like about all it was. Otherwise, Tommy would have been able to corral it, I think. He was covered fairly well, though.
2nd and 10 at the 34, with 53 seconds left in the half. Same alignment, Hopkins on the right side, Duggan on the left. And Gumkowski's being pressured now, and Gumkowski throws it up. It's caught but out of bounds.
Yeah.
Tom Hopkins made the reception, but he was not in bounds.
No, he was out when
he had 2 men covering him.
You know, I guess the idea is if a man can intercept a pass, he ought to be able to catch a legitimate one, huh? He doesn't have to be a thief to get it. But he did. He grabbed that thing, but he was out of bounds.
Gumkowski had to get rid of that. He was being pressured.
Oh, absolutely. That
was thrown high, and I guess if you're going to throw a pass like that, Hopkins is a good guy to throw it to. He's a big boy.
Yeah, and that's the place to throw it, so that it's, you know, there's very little chance it's going to be inbounds, except marginally so. Same alignment out there.
3rd and 10. And Gumkowski rolling to the left this time and throwing across the middle, complete pass. That's GUINIPERO down, first down at about the 20.
Number 88.
Okay. Time is called again.
Timeout, Hand.
So Hand takes their second timeout with 37 seconds left, and they're down at about the 20.
A nice reception by Danny that time. He had, and again, I'll read from the statistics, 4 catches prior to this game. So that's his first on this game, I would say. Simply because we did see him drop one earlier, not to bring up a sticky issue. Bob and Alice won't mind.
And with a first down at about the 20, they have 1 timeout remaining. Gumkowski looking to throw, being pressured, throws across the middle, and incomplete.
Yeah, he was pressured all right, too. There was...
that pass was aimed for LAWLER, it looked like.
Yeah, they had a blitz on, basically, from Bunnell's standpoint, and really were pressuring Gumkowski. He had to get it out. And here we go again. 2nd down and 10 to go.
2nd and 10 at the 20. GUINIPERO to the left, LAWLER to the right. And again, pressure on the quarterback. Gumkowski gets it away.
Incomplete pass, ball's incomplete once again.
Incomplete pass on the right sideline down near the goal.
Number 34.
I'll tell you.
Aiming for LAWLER.
Once again, Brian.
Yeah, and again, Gumkowski really had to let that loose a little sooner than he was set up for. Being pressured again, the defenders are getting to him. Hand has to try to hold those blocks on pass defense a little bit better.
They're using up about 5 seconds per play.
Yeah.
It's now 3rd and long, however. They need a first down, at least, to keep this going.
It's a point when an option might work again. You need to try to get some yardage.
Waller motion left, Gumkowski rolling left, and now he throws. Incomplete pass, aiming for Duggan, overthrown. 4th down coming up.
Scotty's been high on, Mark has been high on virtually all of the passes that have been misses.
It's a tough throw, rolling left, throwing back across his body.
Yeah, it really is.
4th and 10 with 22 seconds left.
And 20 yards to goal line. Take that ball and kind of run it just to chew some time off, or go for pay dirt. Doesn't make much difference,
There you
really.
go, on a 4th down play. Larragee is in at the fullback position. Gumkowski back looking to throw, and he lets it go.
Oh, yes!
There, complete pass.
Pass was out of bounds, however, there was a flag.
He claimed it out of bounds in the end zone where GUINIPERO caught it, but there is a flag.
Yeah, but it's going to be defensive. Oh, shoot. Could it be offensive pass interference?
We don't know.
To me, it looked like the
defense.
The defender tried to grab the hand player, Danny GUINIPERO. Yes.
Defensive pass interference. That'll give Hand a first down.
Well, Bob and Alice's little boy did a good job on that.
But we have 15 seconds left before the half. GUINIPERO was arm wrestling a fellow in the end zone there. He ended up catching a ball, but he was out of bounds when he caught it.
Why doesn't Hand get to keep it?
They do.
I mean, why didn't they get to keep the touchdown?
No, he was out of bounds.
Oh, he was?
out of bounds when he
Okay.
caught it.
I stand corrected.
But that gives them a Hand a new set of downs here. 15 seconds left, ball at about the 10.
Maybe we ought to play Canadian football, Rose.
Gumkowski looking for the end zone.
Lofting it to
Up
Pete.
high, incomplete pass.
Gumkowski's pass. Has it once again for number 34, Peter Lawler. Ball incomplete.
Aiming for Lawler.
With 11 seconds to go before halftime.
And Mark Gumkowski has not had much time to throw.
Not much at all. They're really
The
pressuring.
successful one was when he rolled it out and got a little more time.
But what they're doing there too is keeping the running backs in and blocking, and they're able to pick up the Bunnell linebacker coming around on that. So he needs that extra little bit apparently right now.
2nd down and goal at the 10. 11 seconds showing.
Longest 11 seconds in the world.
And there's a jump ball to the right side, and it looks like it's caught. A nice catch by Tommy Hopkins. It went over his head.
How about that?
Complete pass, Mark Gumkowski to Tom Hopkins, who, here's another one of those jump balls, Frank. And,
Jump balls.
Tom won the jump.
Tom won, and multiple sport athlete, being a basketball player as well.
That's a big score with 6 seconds left before the half.
Yeah, you bet. That really puts a nice touch on the half.
Jim Willis in for the conversion try. Tim Hevesy is the snapper. Mark Gumkowski the holder. Sophomore Jim Willis kicks it up and kicks it good. 3 in a row.
How about that, huh?
21 to nothing.
Well, look at that. That's a successful drive coming in. Again, interesting to that drive was started by Tommy Hopkins with his interception.
That's right, he did. He started it and finished it.
How about that? That's kind of neat when you think of it that way. Now, you know what he's going to
And
do?
he's also going to kick it off, and he's not going to kick it very far. He's going to kick it low. And
I bet he'll do one of it, like I said last time, is patented. He's patented this particular routine, I think, and it's going to be a squib kick.
so we have the Tommy Hopkins show right before the half.
Tommy Hopkins and a cast of thousands getting ready to play. The steam must go out of Bunnell a little bit, I would think. It is not easy to be playing right now when you're going into the locker room.
I was watching Tom Hopkins on that play. He was on the far side of his defender, who was actually face guarding him.
Yes, he was, yep.
And the defender was not looking at the ball.
Not at all.
And Hopkins waited till the ball was almost there before he went in the air for it and caught it over the defender's head.
Yeah, he really pulled a nice move on that, and you're right. I had meant to mention that too. Same thing. Good.
Hopkins going to kick a short one.
Looking
And
for
they may recover this.
Holy smokes.
Matt Soper.
Was that meant to be an onside
Is
kick?
right there. No, that was meant to run off the last 6 seconds. Actually, he only ran off 2. There'll be one more play in the half.
Hail Mary time or something here, or Bunnell just...
Bunnell's going to take a timeout to decide what to do with 4 seconds left.
Just take a knee and then go to the locker room. Okay. Our production manager, Steve Hughes, just gave the signal that we're on a go again here, Ken.
Well, we still got a coach on the in the middle of the field for Bunnell.
They should get,
Maybe he's going to run the coach sneak.
he's not worried about getting a 5-yard penalty for delay of game, but look at that. Look at that.
Bunnell with 4 seconds left before the half.
That's arrogance for you right there. Holy smokes.
We're going to have a coach on the field when this play gets off, too.
Can you believe that? I can't.
Last play of the first half. And the quarterback is looking to throw, and he's being pressured, and Hevesy strips the ball away from him, and the ball carrier behind it picks it up. Finally tackled by 69 is Anthony Crampton was in there. So Tim Hevesy, instead of sacking the quarterback, he just knocked the ball out of his hand on that last play.
That's right, and the fullback picked it up. He recovered the fumble and started to move with it, but they went nowhere. There was all the hand players on top of them. Wow.
The first half, Hand has had some good pass plays, and so far this year they have not showed much of a passing game. It's been almost all run by Hamill and Burrell. It's good to see them mix it up again a little bit against Bunnell.
Yeah, the statistics aren't going to show a good pass completion ratio either, Ken.
But the first half ends with Hand leading 21-0.
Our sophomores are Justin Bailey and Danny Cavanaugh.
After a long halftime with the homecoming of Bunnell and the Bunnell band and the Bunnell cheerleaders, and not time for the Hand band to perform at the halftime, even though they are here. We are about ready to begin the second half. And a big touchdown with only 6 seconds left in the first half to take Hand's lead to 21-0.
And the Tommy Hopkins show begins.
Tom Hopkins to kick it off. Another low line drive. And a skidder on the ground, picked up at about the 20, run up the middle. And the man is tackled across the 35. And I think that was Lawler in on the tackle.
Was it really?
He was near it if that wasn't the man who made the tackle.
Yeah, that was
himself a distance to Olio. Makes the tackle.
Yeah, he did a beautiful job on the tackle. He sliced around all the blocking wedge there and got in there. I wanted to give him credit, but I really didn't see who did it. If it was Peter, fine. I did look like Dan Carroll was coming out of the heap and may have done it also. So whoever, great job.
As we begin second half, Bunnell with the ball, pitch right, and a pretty good gain, about 6 yards, it looks like. In on that tackle is Ryan DORAZ.
The player's injured on the field. The ball carrier is injured on the field. He really was popped hard right at the end. He had lost his momentum in the hand. Again, I think it was Peter Lawler. Yeah, he is. Yeah, I saw him get down.
Bunnell man down.
Yeah.
On the other side of the hand huddle. So we do have a break in the action for an injury timeout. The hand ball carrier was popped hard on a good clean hit by Ryan DORAZ after a 5-yard gain, and he is coming off the field. 2nd and 5 for Bunnell. Ball is about the 40, handed off on the right side. A good gain near first down. Maybe just short.
Yeah, they came off that. Didn't look like Hand was ready for the play. Another man down on the field, writhing down there.
So Bunnell man down, and they're close to a first down. Looks like just short. Mike Anderson in on the tackle. The second Bunnell player in two plays is brought off of the field, and Bunnell was just short of a first down. They should have it on that carry. Across the 45 to about the 46.
Yeah, they didn't really have to do a heck of a lot to get that first down. Just a lean forward to get that one.
are early in the third quarter with Hand continuing to lead 21-0.
They've got to build the tempo up as far as the Bulldogs. Okay, hand off.
The right side, and that is pretty congested there with Hand defensive player.
Hand players really rose up on that one. That's enough. First down. That's it. All you're going to get.
I noticed that Mike Anderson is calling the defensive signals. That Tom Malik normally handles that job. Malik out hurt. Anderson playing both ways. A linebacker position on defense.
Anderson's is a big boy to have in there for a linebacker, and but he's fast too. Lacrosse player in spring season. You've got to have some pretty good speed to be a lacrosse player. So the combination of that and speed and his size, he's a dynamite in that linebacker.
2nd and 9, and the quarterback looking to throw, and Hevesy has a hold on him just as he unloads. Incomplete pass, but that play was made by Tim Hevesy.
Yeah, and Hopkins and Dorlin were both in on that also. But Hevesy, you bet, he came right off there and made that thing happen. Rushed the pass, overthrew the receiver, although the receiver was open. And you're looking at a long 3.
3rd down and 9. This time, Bunnell breaks the wishbone. Quarterback back looking to throw. Hevesy is after him. Throwing to the right sideline and intercepted. In and out of the hands of the receiver. Tom Hopkins picks it off.
This game is brought to you by Tommy Hopkins.
That pass was a little bit high. The receiver got a hand on it, but Tom Hopkins got the deflection. And he's playing a super game, Frank.
Tommy's playing a super game. Great young man, great quiet, but everybody knows he's a good athlete. He always, he's had some tough luck during football season in the past. Broken leg one year, other injuries, and now he's getting a chance to really come into his own.
First down for Hand at the 39. Burrell gets the ball, but the play is blown dead before it gets started. Flag is thrown right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. Offside Bunnell.
Offside against Bunnell again. That's 3 or 4 times for them, Frank.
Yeah, I think they're going for a record or something in an offsides. Wow.
It's tough to defend when you're 1st and 5 several times.
Yeah, like given a handicap, really.
Burrell at fullback got the ball out last time. This time it's to Hamill in the tailback position.
22, Hamill, sir.
Gained only a yard or so.
I don't know, somebody missed something in there because there was a Bunnell player in the backfield for Hand that time.
At the conclusion of the third quarter, we will announce the winning ticket.
Didn't have a chance to get that play going at all.
The 50-50 is $164.
Only about a yard gain. GUINIPERO split wide to the right. 2nd and 5, pitch left to Hamill. Hamill breaks the tackle. He's near a first down.
Back to Eric Hamill once again.
Yeah, the fall forward may have gotten the first down. It's going to be close. A lot of good second effort on Eric's.
Taken down by number 41.
From there, it looks like he may be just short. He's putting it down.
I think the spot is short.
3rd and less than a yard.
He's going to call for Big Timmy in there to hike that thing and blow off the blue.
Ball's at about the 30. Right up the middle by Burrell. That should give him the first down. He crossed the 30.
He sure did.
Didn't need much.
Didn't need much, so they dove right in there and on a dive play off guard and center.
Boy, he didn't get a very good spot on that one.
He sure didn't. Wow!
He went forward for about a yard and a half, but they spotted it where he left the ground, so they're going to bring up 4th and inches.
I don't know. Hometown refereeing.
And there's another one. Not much gain there, but he only needed about 6 inches. Where are they going to put this one down?
Hey, toss a coin, I think.
Mike Barille lost a full yard on that last spot.
I
But this
think
one,
so.
he crosses the 30. That should be a first down.
Are they going to measure it?
They don't believe it, though.
They must be looking at a different game than we're looking at. Are the
He
mirrors or
needed about
something?
6 inches, and it spotted forward at least a couple feet from where it was the last time. So that should be a first down.
No? I
Boy,
can't
they aren't
believe
going to give it to him. So the ball turns over and downs to Bunnell.
I can't believe that. Oh, well. Okay, let's make it a little
Not
exciting.
sure how
I
that
guess.
one got measured, but last time it was spotted short of the 30. That time it was across the 30, and he only needed 6 inches.
I don't know, it's beyond me.
Regardless of our vantage point from here, Bunnell has the ball. With 6:50 left in the third quarter, Hand is still ahead, 21-0. Belly series to the right and a gain of 3 or 4.
Nice little day going off tackle by Bunnell. They got some movement on that thing.
Hopkins in on the tackle, protecting the far corner.
So if it's a 5, be second and 5 at the Bunnell 35.
That gave him about 5-yard gain on that run.
And this thing, we have Bob Duggan is in now on the safety position. One of the safeties. Corner, actually.
And they're running to the left.
Same play, but came this
Tackled right
side.
at the line of scrimmage by Hevesy, falls forward for a yard or 2.
Old Pete Lawler was in there, chewing up a little dirt too.
In a 2v33.
I'd like to know how, I'd like to have a little idea down there how Mac Dolan has such nice white uniform. He's been playing defense the whole time. I mean, I think just, Mac, you ought to just roll in the dirt a little bit, make that thing a little bit dirty
Yeah,
out
needs
there.
to stop on 3rd and 3. And pitch, delay pitch to the right side, and he's not going to make it.
Nice containment.
Protected over there by Hopkins on the far corner.
Yeah, they get going a little bit stronger than on that.
Be a 4th and 2.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, who knows? They may try to go for it, but normally this would be a punt position.
4th and 2, the ball is about the, 37?
Just about the 37, yep. And
Bunnell, punt formation. And is not dropping anybody back. You're not sure that Bunnell is serious about punting. And it's short, and a run up to the right side.
And they
He's got
got
a first down.
Nice play.
Mac Dolan comes up to meet the ball carrier, but they did get the first down.
Nice play. That did really well.
They did not really surprise him because he didn't drop nobody back,
That's right.
but they still made the first down.
And that's right. And the key one now was they executed it well. They had 3 blockers. It looks like 3 blockers back to protect the punter, and they hike it to the middle man. All 3 come to the side, which is pre-designated as blocking, and they did. They executed it enough to get the first.
So the ball to 42, first down for Bunnell. Not a bad play when you're 3 touchdowns down and you need to make something happen.
You bet. You bet. I'll chalk one down for them with that. I have rapidly developed a dislike for the coach, but that's one I'll give him.
In a 3, second and 7.
You like the way I hold my emotions back too, right?
Frank, you need to learn to have opinions.
Jeez.
Ball to 45, 3-yard gain,
What book do I learn opinions
2nd and
in?
7.
Showing a wing again.
And quarterback still got it.
Nice.
He's in, hit, bounces off, but there are more tacklers out here. Down the line of scrimmage, it's going to be a loss.
Hevesy really big.
Hevesy almost had his man, but he slipped out. Lawler and Duggan finished it off.
Let me tell you, Timmy, when you watch this one, go and make sure you give Mac Dolan a little pat on the butt for helping you out on that guy. Nice job, Mac. Still doesn't have a dirty uniform, though.
He just doesn't get pushed on his back, Frank.
He must be
That'll bring
executive
up
type.
3rd and almost 7. quarterback straight back, looking to pass, and now he's being rushed. It's a short one across the middle. Looked like they were setting up a screen, but that play wasn't going anywhere, even if it had been completed.
No, sir. He took a real deep drop on that, trying to get some time, but he was going to drop it in tight.
So 4th and almost 8. I would presume that Bunnell probably will not try to run out of punt formation this time.
I think not.
And drops one man back this time, Lawler. And a snap back to the punter. Gets it away. A good punt.
Beautiful punt.
Fair catch by Lawler, who makes a fair catch at about the 23.
Displays a little gymnastics back there. I hope Dr. Steve got that on the camera. Be trying out for the Olympic gymnastics team next time.
And with the ball back at the 23.
Very versatile.
Just over 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Hand is still leading 21-0. And I would presume we will see a lot of run plays at this juncture.
I would think so,
Hamill
yes.
around the right side. Gains a yard or two.
Nothing too spectacular about that.
An offensive line for Hand now can get down and dirty, Frank. Push their defensive men back. Tim Hevesy over the ball.
Yeah, Chad Davis just came in for Mike Zelmani.
Mike Anderson in there to guard. And run up the middle and gain of another yard or two.
A good solo tackle out there by the defensive player whose number is not on our program today. I was going to give him a little plaudit.
We're used to seeing Mike Baril bounce off and break some tackles.
Yeah.
He has not been able to do that much tonight.
Yeah.
He hasn't had any long ones to add to that average.
He was really bear hugged.
Dumkowski looking to throw, far sideline, complete pass.
Wow.
Good catch by Peter Lawler, first down.
Boy, oh boy, that was good. Here's another kid with a dirty uniform out there. I thought the pass was going out to Duggan, who was a little bit deeper than Peter was, but Peter I couldn't see. He was blending in with the dirt out there. Carroll's going to have a job to clean that one.
Completion and a first down for Hand. Peter Lawler makes a
maybe that'd be a good
catch
plan.
on the far sideline. And the run this time by Hamill has got good yardage, about 8.
He does.
8 or 9.
That'd be one of the bigger runs from scrimmage tonight. Eric's not going to be too far from his average, I think, so far. But it's going to be a job to maybe get over the 100. I don't know what he's running right now, but I think he's passed 100 in every game so far this year, and I don't know how close he would be to that.
As long as they can keep the sticks moving. Second down play, and there's a first down by Hamill. Hamill gets a first down plus about another 3. He needed 1 and he gained 4.
This is the point in the game when really you probably the defense should be starting to get pretty winded out there because they've been on the field an awful long time. And they've been taking a pretty good pounding, too.
Team doesn't need those long runs at this point. They just need to continue making first downs and let the clock go. We're down to 1 minute left in the third quarter.
Yeah, about 3.4 yards per carry would do it.
There's Burrell running hard. There he bounces off a tackler. First down the sideline. And Burrell has one of those long ones going again.
Yes, sir. There you go.
All the way down to the 20.
25, 30 yards?
Yeah, about a 30-yard gain.
Nice job. That pickup is
a 27-yard scamper.
I was just commenting, that's the kind of run we hadn't seen from him yet tonight, where he breaks the line of scrimmage, bounces off a tackler, breaks it outside, and takes it for maybe 30.
Yeah,
that's exactly what he did there.
He did, and I bet that felt good to get out there and be able to develop some steam.
First down for Hand at about the 22. Brill again. Brill over the left side. Pretty good yardage. 4 or 5. No, they're not going to give him quite that much. Maybe 3.
No. I don't know. I think they're saying, okay, here's what Hand is. Drop him back a yard on those spots.
And they probably have time for one more play in the third quarter. And Hand has not let Bunnell score in the third quarter. They control the ball most of the time. Down to 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Hamill breaks a tackle, breaks another one. Now he's gang tackled.
Well,
That should run out the third quarter with Hand continuing to lead 21-0 as we switch into the field.
the first man through for Bunnell did do a nice swim move to break through, but then he tried an arm tackle on Hamill. Arm tackle's not going to bring Hamill down very well.
At this time, please pick up your 2050 raffle ticket. This week's prize, 100.
One more quarter to go, and Hand is controlling the ball through the third quarter, most of the third quarter, maintaining their lead. Gumkowski looking to throw. There's his man in and out of the hands of Hopkins.
That's too bad.
Incomplete.
Put a little bit too much.
Pretty hard and a little bit high for Hopkins, but probably catchable if Tom could have looked up soon enough.
Well, he's doing a crossing pattern. When you're coming across like that, you're having to watch where you go first, and then you take your eyes up, and you don't have a lot of time to look at that ball. Get used to it. Maybe a little bit of touch by Mark on that.
That will bring up a 4th and 5 for Hand. Down at about the 15, and the ball is fumbled in the backfield. That should turn the ball back over to Bunnell.
Bunnell take over and down.
A 4th down play. The snap was not handled cleanly.
No, it sure wasn't. Well, that's the turnovers tonight. Up until this point, I think we'd only had 3 turnovers. Two for Hand had picked up 2 positive turnovers and lost one. Now it's even 2-2.
So Bunnell down by 3 touchdowns. I would presume if they're going to take a shot at trying to come back in this game, they'll open it up a little bit at this point.
Yeah, well, certainly 21 points is not something that you can't do, but you got to start airing it out, and that's what I think you'll see.
Looking to throw. Soper
nice
got him
job.
in the backfield. Matt Soper right in on the quarterback, and Somani was right there also.
He sure was, the both of them. But boy, that was one sack with authority by Matt. He just came through there and gobbled them up. But again, you're right. Matt Somani is one of the players on this line that doesn't get the credit that he should, because he is there, takes up one whale of a lot of space and a lot of energy by the foreign side, no matter who they are out there, and he just gobbles up an awful lot of energy from the other team.
So we got Somani and Mason, the 2 down men in the middle, Soper and Hevesy, the defensive ends. And quarterback looking to throw again, and it's knocked down right in his face. And the quarterback catches it. The quarterback gets the run going and gains about 5 yards before he's finally tackled.
Back to the line of scrimmage now. I mean, back to the original line of scrimmage.
Peter Lawler makes the tackle. I believe that was Hevesy that batted the ball right back down in the quarterback's face.
Maya, look what I got, Mom. But
quarterback completed the pass to himself and gained 5 yards.
You know, that almost could have bounced into Timmy's hands, too. And he would have had pay dirt right down the road. Nice job.
However, that will bring up 3rd and a long 9 for Bunnell. Quarterback looking to throw again. Pressure up the middle and almost intercepted in and out of the hands of Peter Lawler. He looks like he thought he should have caught it.
Well, Dan Larragee saw it too. Dan Larragee came back to pick it up and see if he could get it, but it was right in Lawler's hands. But again, the quarterback was being pressured by Hevesy and Soper.
4th and 9 and punt formation.
Yeah, they got nowhere with that series.
Lawler and Hamill dropping back to midfield. And it's a driving kick over the head of Hamill, who picks it up at about the 44 and goes backwards to field it. He's going to be down about the 43.
That was one punt
kick.
Let's see, 10, 15, 20. Man, that was one punt. I think that's the best punt I've seen all season by anybody. Well, just catching that drove Hamill back 7 yards.
He had to catch it over his shoulder, running hard the wrong way.
That was a little bit high aloft in a line drive, and my God, that would have bounced back to the end zone, I think.
So Hand needs to run the clock, and Hamill, a good run, about 8 yards, right up the middle to midfield.
Nice dive, bread and butter play for Hand up in the tackle, right side.
in about 7, second and 3.
And Hand is content at this juncture of the game to keep it on the ground, let the clock run. We're down approaching 9 minutes. They have a 3-touchdown lead.
Really? I can't believe it.
He's going to throw.
What is
now
this?
He brings it down, and he may be a yard short.
I don't know. That is so uncharacteristic of hand football right then. What is this? Something strange is happening. A new wrinkle is added to the offense.
Well, he gained a couple yards. He's got a
Wow.
third and a couple of feet to go for a first down.
I love it. I love it. Hey, the coach would really like to get another touchdown on the board, I think.
I see Chad Davis is in at the left tackle position. And there's Hamill going forward. It looks like he's a little bit short of a first.
Yeah, he's going to need a spot.
He's stopped at the last third, right on 71. Correct, still back. 6 points and 1.
It's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, they're not giving him anything on that. Holy mackerel.
4th and 1, and Hand with the 21-0 lead is going to punt. Dan Glenn, punt formation.
Will they try a little Fumblerooski play or something? Look at this. Trying to draw him off sides.
And Glenn gets it out of there. It's going to be caught at about the 21. Man swinging to the near side. Davis turns it in and dragged down from behind by Larragee.
Nice job. Nice job. He came through right there. Kept his eyes on the ball carrier and didn't let go. Came right up on him, grabbed him from the neck and dragged him down.
In on that punt coverage is Mike Spagnola, 58, was in that play.
And a couple more white jerseys coming in. Well, maybe not.
Bunnell, first down at the 30, with the clock continuing to roll.
Big Mike Salmani just came in to take down that inside position.
Duggan and Lawler and DORAZ, the safeties for Hand. Bunnell motion left, looking to throw, and Hevesey's in his face. Dolan had the coverage on the far side. If Dolan had picked that one off, it'd been a little lower. He had nothing but green grass to the end zone.
You bet. Nice pressure on that quarterback. The hand line doing a nice job getting in there. It's a pressure from the four up linemen.
Tim Hevesey has been commanding double blocks most of the season, and he had 2 blockers on him that time and still got up to make the quarterback throw over him.
That's exciting. Exciting to see Timmy play out there. He's really getting the feel for that position.
2nd and 10, and the ball is fumbled. The snap is fumbled, and right on top of him is Rob Mason. Bring up 3rd and 10.
Well, again, Bob Duggan's getting a lot of time here on the defense. He hadn't played too much defense prior to this, I don't think. He's getting a lot of nice game time. He's showing very well this year.
We're inside of 7 minutes left in the ball game. 2 receivers to the left for Bunnell. Quarterback looking that way, and it's going to be intercepted by Duggan.
Bob Duggan.
That's Bob Duggan down the far sideline, finally taken down at about the 22.
Right.
Interception.
About a 25-yard return on that, too. Nice job. And again, it was the pressure from the up linemen on that. Again, Hevesey came through. They actually put the 2 blockers on him, the two running backs that were back there to block. And it was the pass rush. He was taken down by the 2 of them, and he still almost got back to the quarterback.
And with the ball back on an interception, turnover, Chad Davis is in the offensive line. Bunnell takes a timeout before they get started. I believe they were a man short on the field.
You getting the Tigers out there, Dr. Steve? All right. Hand faithful are over there, cheering everybody on. Always great to see. That band does a great job.
We're about ready to pick up play with a 1st and 10 for Hand. Pitch this time to the right to Hamill. And Hamill is going forward for a couple of yards.
Boy, oh boy, those were tough yards right there. Whatever he's going to get were hard earned.
Ball's put at about the 22.
Getting close to what they call the red zone in the NFL.
Not there yet.
Not there yet. Couple more yards.
Gumkowski all the way at quarterback. Hand off to Larragee, and
Yes.
Larragee takes it forward
Number
to
38, Dan Larragee.
for a yard or two.
And Dan's got himself up with a few yards on that one. Nice job.
Second tackle made by number 70, Rick Peacock.
Dan's been going both ways tonight too, and doing a very nice job of it.
Mike Anderson gets a break.
Well earned, we should add. Playing both ways again tonight also.
And Chad Davis and Mike Spagnola are on the left side of the line. 3rd and 7, and very congested middle of the field. Mike Burrell is trying to go forward, and a Bunnell man is trying to take the ball away from him.
You bet. They're tackling the ball, holding him up, and letting somebody grab for it.
That will bring up 4th and about 6.
Yeah.
And at this point, I don't believe Hand cares too much because the clock has rolled.
Yeah.
And we're down to about 4.5 minutes left.
And just inside
And we're going to try a long field goal here.
Yeah, good time to do it. That's all right.
Spotting Jim Willis is spotted the tee at about the 25, which will mean a 35-yard field goal if he makes it. And it's kicked up. It's not going to get there. A little bit short. Pretty good rush on the kicker.
Yeah, it was. He had right line on it all the way, but it was
Put it right
short.
in the soccer net.
You bet. 1 point.
So Hand's drive is stopped with no score on that one. We have 4:20 showing on the clock.
A field goal, although it was sure as a reach, but it's under game conditions.
First on the 10 for the Bulldogs for their own 20.
Bunnell gets the ball as a 1st down on the 20.
Spagnola stays in to be on the defense rotation here.
Quarterback looking to throw over to the near sideline, incomplete, in and out of the hand of the receiver, and pretty good coverage by Hand. DORAZ was behind it, Spagnola was in front of it.
Again, pressure, a lot of pressure on the quarterback. But he's also rushing the ball a little bit too, it seems like now. He's pressed, he knows he has to try to come up with something, and it's not an easy way to have to operate.
Had that pass been completed, it would have only gained 5 or 6 yards.
That wasn't going very far. Okay, McDolan left the field with a sub coming in. Dan Glenn getting an opportunity to play other than his kicking role.
Quarterback is throwing about every play, and he's being pressured.
Wow.
He's being tackled in the backfield. And 74, Salmani and Hevesy, of course, are right there. Somewhere right behind him.
Nice job. He's fleshing him. Interesting on that, you can see him being fleshed away automatically from Hevesy's side, and that just makes it easier for Salmani to move in.
I think that's exactly what happened. He moved to try to get away from Hevesy and ran right into Mike Salmani.
It just shows you when you start to have good teamwork all the way now.
And Hevesy was pushing his 2 blockers right into the quarterback.
Chad Davis came in, giving Hevesy a rest.
Does not gain much. Also in the game now, I see a number 90, that's Craig DeLeon.
Yeah, you're getting, he's very slowly getting some of the sophomores in there, giving them some more game time.
Hamill is out, Lawler is out, Anderson is out.
And Matt Salmani is one
69, Anthony Crampton is in the middle of the line for Hand. Punt formation. And another pretty good kick. Nobody back to receive for Hand, and an excellent roll for them.
That punter is quite an offensive weapon. Does a nice job.
About the 38.
Yeah, I'd say that punter is doing one whale of a job for him.
So Hand's pretty much their second unit stopped that drive of Bunnell, who kicked it back to Hand with 2:44 left in the game.
Let's see what a hand does as far as the offense, see if they get any different jerseys in there this time. Again, rotating people in and out, giving everybody a taste of the position, offense and defense.
Who's at the tailback position, Frank? I
Looks
can't
like
tell.
DORAZ, is it? No, it's,
That's 26.
yeah.
26 is Mark Palumbo.
Yeah, matter of fact, he was the next name I was going to try to come out with, but I had trouble wrapping my tongue around Palumbo. I was going to say Colombo, but that's yogurt or something, I think.
Also on the line now, offensive line is Todd McLaughlin. He's 64. This time to Palumbo again, and he's got some yardage.
Nice job.
4 yards. And that runs the clock inside the 2 minutes left in this ball game with Hand safely in front by 3 touchdowns.
Well, up until this game, Palumbo has had 6 carries in prior games, up to about 15 yards on those 6 carries, so he's had a couple more.
I see split wide to the left is Dan Glenn, who does the punting for Hand. In the backfield, Palumbo is stopped short this time.
Well, you really literally have virtually, other than Hevesy doing the snapping and Gumkowski doing the QBing out there, you've got a pretty good sophomore team, also being helped out by Chad Davis in there, who is a senior, but...
4th down play, Hand's going to go for it, 4th and 5. We're inside of a minute.
Sure. Get the time off the clock.
And it's run right up the middle. He's not going to yank the first down.
No, and
I didn't see who carried that one, Frank, did you?
No, I almost wanted to say Palumbo again, but I'm not sure that's correct.
I thought it was the
Up man, always
Larraghy.
Yep. How about that?
Larraghy carries the ball and gives the ball back to Bunnell with 43 seconds left. So this game is history, except Bunnell is going to try to make the score look a little better.
Well, you know that they're going to air it out for sure, so Andy better get some guys back there.
So far this game, Hand's defense has not let Bunnell even threaten to score yet.
All right.
There's a long pass across the middle and almost intercepted. That's GUINIPERO on coverage there, and he had fingertips on it. Could not bring it in.
Nice eye on the ball on that, and coverage for Dan back there. He hasn't played in the deep coverage before very much, at least as far as varsity play goes.
Dan Carroll is in the line, and he's played most of the game in place of injured Andy Drennan, whom we expect back next week. Drennan plays both ways, plays a lot.
Gonna be aired out again, no question.
2nd and 10.
One thing a team doesn't like to do is to be blanked, and
there's a throw down the middle and an incomplete pass.
Pass intended for number 47.
a little frustration out there in the receiver.
Coverage there by Ryan DORAZ. 13 seconds on the clock.
And I see the passer really had more time than he displayed that time. He wanted to get the ball off and downfield. If he had let that kind of mature another second or two, he might have been able to pull that one off because he was not really pressured. He probably doesn't realize he doesn't have the first team against him. They don't get a chance to think that too much. There was some good pressure by him, but it wasn't enough to cause him to fire off like that.
Craig DeLeon in the left defensive end position. Quarterback throw to the right, complete pass, and thrown out of bounds.
Pass complete to number 89, Travis Hardy.
Tackle by Mike Swanson. 6 seconds on the clock. Probably one more play in this ball game.
By the way, the receiver, Fardy, Travis Fardy on that, is also their punter, who we've remarked a couple times tonight as being doing such a good job on the punts. He received that thing. Did a nice job.
4th and 2, but more importantly, the clock says 6.
Very importantly, that'll put this...
Probably the last play here. Quarterback is going to take a shot at throwing it long, and he lays it up, and that's not going to be close to being caught, except by Dan GUINIPERO, who's 5 yards out of bounds.
Well, that's a second out of bounds catch today.
That runs out the clock, and the ball game, game number 6, which assures Hand a winning season. 6-0.
Yeah, you bet.
10-game schedule. Hopefully they might get beyond that if they have good luck the rest of the way. Next week is a home game at Strong Field, Friday night, 7 o'clock against Notre Dame of Fairfield. So a pretty good game tonight, Frank, and a lot more passing than we've seen on some games.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that most of us like to see, the fact that we've got some extra passing going on. It was a good opportunity for Mark to have a chance under fire to do some passing and look at the receivers, see what happens, how to move, that sort of thing. Nice also that Bob Duggan, who we hadn't really seen out there much before on those pass routes, did a very, very nice job. Caught a couple of key passes, Ken.
And Tom Hopkins, of course, late in the first half, made an interception, caught a touchdown pass, did a number of good things. So Hand had a number of players who did well. The hard running of Hamill and Barile, we kind of accept as a given in most games.
Yes, we do.
They had tough running tonight, but they maintained control of the ball game and kept it in Daniel Hand's hand most of the game.
Yeah, and let's talk a little bit again about the up front interior linemen. We always know that they're unsung heroes pretty much, but you could really see the work on defense particularly. I mean, they did a great job on offense, no question. That opens the lines, opens the holes for everybody, protects the quarterback. But on defense, we mentioned it in the fourth period, but even more so, you could see the development of the action. Matt Soper doing a great job, and then Sal Marney holding things tight and bringing it up. And of course, Rob Mason just as a real pillar in there as well. And then that brings us to Mr. Big Timmy Hevesy.
Hevesy had a super game again. He seems to have that every game. We will wrap it up with the 6th game of the season, Hand's first shutout of the year. The final score, Daniel Hand 21, Bunnell of Stratford, in Stratford, 0. Good night.